Alright guys, what's going on? So I'm going over the Jeep, I'm going over the base ride for upcoming show, and I'm checking all my fluids and everything, and I go over here to check my radiator and I noticed that I have something funny going on. So I go to check my reservoir and I noticed that it is empty and it's looking a little rusty. And then I realized I forgot that last year when I first got everything going in the Jeep, I did put a new radiator in here and I put new water pump on here and everything, flushed the system, and then I added some more antifreeze. Well, I didn't realize at the time that my fan was bad, so I got a new fan now, but at the time it ran hot and I had some water boil over the system, and just to get home, I was at a base meet, I just dumped some water in there and messed up the antifreeze to water mixture, and basically there was too much water in the system and not enough antifreeze, so that it evaporated and it pulled it out of there. So today I'm going to be doing a flush because it's got some rust and stuff down there. You could see whenever I showed you there's a little bit of rust and stuff down there. You know, it's not too bad, but I got this here 3-in-1 radiator flush. Now this system holds 3.5 gallons, so I got 3 of these. It's 1 gallon, but I got that plus this. That should be almost enough. And you want to get distilled water. You don't want to use tap water like a hose or nothing to try to flush it out, or water hose, because it's going to have contaminants in it that can corrode your system and basically do what I got going on. It can cause rust and everything else. So you want to get distilled water, and first thing you want to do is drain the radiator. But I have 4 of these, so I have 4 gallons. It takes 3.5. So we're gonna flush the system. I'm gonna drain it and put the cap back on, and then we're gonna flush the system out. We're gonna add the distilled water in this in here, crank it up, maybe dry down the roof for a minute, let it pull everything in the system, fill it up, and then we're gonna drain it again and then add all the coolant in there. And I also got a new funnel. So anyways, I'm gonna get going on this and get this thing done so it'll be ready to go. So like I said, the first thing you want to do is find and locate your drain. They're usually on the driver's side of the vehicle. This one's right here. Just a little simple plastic turn. Now you want to get a jug or something and catch this water so that you don't contaminate the ground and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a jug, and then I'll get this to drain it out and let it drain, and then we'll be ready to put some more stuff in there. You see, it's mostly just water, so I'm gonna let this drain out and get it all drained out completely, and then I'll be ready to put everything back together. Every time I think this thing is drained all the way, it still drips a little more, so I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes and then put the plug back in there. Wait till it stops dripping. Alright guys, so ready to pour this in here now. It says to add the Blue Devil first and then top off with water. So I'm going to go ahead and add this in there and then put the water in there. It says for a deeper clean, drive your vehicle 1 to 2 hours. So it says can remain in the system for up to 4 hours. Don't let cooling system temperature fall below 32. I don't have to worry about that right now. It's freaking hot. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and just dump this in there, and then I'll probably just crank it up and probably go for a little ride. Probably won't be an hour, maybe 30 minutes or so, and then I'll come back and flush it out, because it's not too bad, but there is just a little bit of rust right there from the water sitting in there. But alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Alright guys, so you can see it was mostly clear before, but now it's coming out almost orange. That's all the rust that was in there from the dirty, nasty, just straight tap water. So hopefully it did good and it's gonna be clean enough. I'm gonna run all this out. I have a little bit of water left, so it doesn't have a heater core, so I'm thinking that's why. So I'm gonna go ahead and just run a little bit more through it, best I can, and then once all this drained, of course, and then I'm gonna change, like I said, change the thermostat, and then put the new antifreeze back in there. Alright, so everything's back in there. It's right about right there. The coolant level's about right there. It's a little over full, but it'll be right. But yeah, new thermostat's back on there. It's just a little wet from where I opened the hose up. But new thermostat's back in there, ready to go. So everything's running good. But yeah, everything's running at normal temperature, ready to go. So I checked the oil. The oil's good. Checked the training fluid, even though I'm taking on a trailer. But that's good. Power steering's good. Brake fluid's good. So we're good to go. So I'll see you guys this weekend at B10. Bring the noise. Be there or be square.